challenge for you. This is a peek device and I want to see if you can catch me the moment that I'm gonna peek at this card. Now I will tell you that I'm not using any reflections, not on here, not on the phone. Another thing I want you to do is see if you can catch me peek that one as well. And in reality, I've already taken a peek at both. So if you didn't catch them, that's how deceptive these are. I will show you one more time as I place that there, and you can see that in that moment, we have taken a peek. So by the time you finish watching this video, we're also gonna be able to use this peek device for multiple things, to switch bills, to restore playing cards, and of course, to peek any type of information that you want. So let's get into it. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you want a chance to win the very gimmick that we're gonna make here today, all you have to do is like the video, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and then comment down below what has been the #1 trick that has fooled you the most. I do want to mention that this gimmick is going to work with any phone at all that you have, whether it's iPhone or Android. You could even place it on the back of a card case, and then you can still do pretty much everything we're gonna show you in this video. I came up with this after watching the iPhone trick by Mark Mason. He put it out, absolutely incredible. The only thing is at the time, I didn't have an iPhone, I had an Android device, and I didn't want to have to carry two different items. I wish I could just use the same peek just on my actual workable phone, and so that's what I came up with. I immediately made a video, I sent it to Murphy's Magic to see if they would be interested in putting it out, but because iPhone had just been released, we didn't want to have that competing product. Later on, I started working at the Murphy's Magic Studios, which is a dream come true. And instead of releasing this, we actually put out the Nexus wallet. We didn't want to have it compete with each other since they both do peaks, forgot about it, and then I've actually been using it lately non-stop. I brought it back up to see if we could release it, but because we're now working on the Nexus 2.0, I got full blessings to teach this to you guys. We didn't want it to compete as a product, so you guys are gonna get this 100% for free. If you guys wanna watch the original video, my pitch video to Murphy's Magic, I still have it. It's on my YouTube channel, but it's unlisted. So if enough of you comment down below that you wanna see it, I will update the description of this very video so you guys can watch it. I haven't seen it in probably 4 or 5 years, so it's probably a little bit cringy, but there might be some extra ideas in there that you can use. You can use pretty much almost any stick-on wallet that's gonna go on the back of your phone. Again, it doesn't matter if you have iPhone or Android. You can go to any store that you know that would carry these and pick up pretty much any one. And after watching these instructions, you're gonna be able to reconstruct it. I ended up just getting this one from Amazon. I believe it was 2 for $6 or 2 for $7. The link will be in the description below. But the reason I went with this one is because it is very thin. So then when you have it on your phone, it is incredibly thin. This is the actual gimmick that's mounted on the phone, and so it is super sleek. You can put it in your pocket, you barely feel it that it's there. And also, the thinner it is, the easier it is to make the gimmick. So all I did was put some business cards or something inside of the pocket so I wouldn't accidentally cut through, and I cut this square off. You just don't want to make sure that you cut above where you insert that card. If not, they will see the hole. Then I went back into my Magic the Gathering vault and got some of those clear acetates I used from that video with the crayon box. If you haven't seen it, you can check the link up there or in the description. You'll need enough acetate to cover the back of your wallet twice. If you have these that you can put a card inside, so then by just cutting it, you will have exactly as much as you need. But remember, any acetate will work. The first one, I'm going to cut exactly the size and shape of the wallet perfectly. Hey dude, what's up? Yo! Dude, I'm making the video. You're literally on camera right now.
Hi everybody, what's up?
What's up, man?
I'm good, man.
Let me stop here. Lloyd just gave me a great idea to include with this gimmick, so stick around so you can hear about it. All I did was place this little magnet I got from Temu right there with a little bit of glue. If you don't have any magnets, I'm gonna tell you how you can do all of this without any magnets at all. This is important. You want to place a little bit of tape coming off on the side. We're gonna use that later. Then, after the tape, you can place some super glue around your gimmick on the edges and then line it up up perfectly and push it down. Now, it is very important that you push it down and you hit the like button. Once it's glued, I like to have the other piece of acetate as tall as the peak and slightly shorter than its width. They're going to go together as you see here, and then with some super mega handy double-sided stick tape, you're going to put it all across the back of the acetate, as this is what's going to stick on the back of your phone. Place it wherever you want on your phone, push it down, and then on the inside of the case, all you have to do is drop the magnet, put a little tape on top, place your phone inside the case, and now you're 100% ready to go. If you don't have magnets, you can put a rubber band around your phone case before you put your phone inside, and this is going to keep your gimmick from opening up. As well, is going to let you put things in that little place. If you don't have a phone case, you can very easily just put the rubber band around the gimmick and stick that on your phone. I like to take an old credit card, cut it, and glue it here. And I also did the same thing with the bill right there, as you can see. Now, when we place a business card and place it inside of the phone and we turn the phone over, immediately we're getting our peak. There are multiple ways in which we can get our peak and ways to justify those. I'm gonna give you a couple of those in this video. This device is using the same exact peak that is used in the Nexus wallet. In fact, the Nexus wallet was inspired by this device. When it comes to the Nexus wallet, whatever you put inside of the ID compartment, you can immediately peak it, whether it's a drawing, words, numbers, names, places, absolutely anything, even playing cards. With this device, you can use all of the peaks that I taught in the Nexus wallet video. I believe I shared more than 10 on the Nexus wallet, but I'm gonna share with you the ones that make sense to use with this gimmick. But feel free to use any at all that you can come up with. What's secretly happening is as we turn the phone over and the phone is blocking the spectator's view, we open up the gimmick, giving us a clear, perfect view of whatever has been written or drawn inside. Because there's no mirrors, it's really easy to see words, names, numbers without having to do all the mental gymnastics. We can do it as we hand the phone to the spectator for them to hold and keep it safe. As we put it away in our pocket, we can also get the peak. As we put it on the table, you could also do it as you transfer it from hand to hand. And feel free to gesture so it makes sense while you transfer the phone. Or maybe it's on the table, and as we pick it up to see something that's on our phone screen, we're getting our peak. A super simple way is as you're showing the screen to the spectator, maybe you're doing something on your phone and you then show the screen to your spectators, you can just use your index finger to pull that peak open and take a clear view as your spectators are busy taking a look at whatever it is on your phone. If you have an accomplice sitting or standing next to you, you could use this peak so they can see the word or the drawing that the spectator is thinking. This is going to let you so that you can even have a blindfold on, and if you have inject, you can have them push that thing that they peeked to your phone. For drawing duplications, after they put their drawing inside, my reason is to turn the phone over because now I want to open up a doodle app or the notes app that's going to let you doodle so I can recreate the drawing. Sometimes I like to have them hold on to my arm so it's almost as if I'm getting the drawing because they're holding on to my hand. My favorite way of doing this is with iForce. This is an app by Rostami Magic. Highly recommend it. If you have iForce, you can peek their drawing and then show them that there's nothing on the doodle drawing app. Turn the phone over and then you can make it seem like you're making that doodle appear. All I did is I put the most commonly drawn items as an out on iForce. You get 8 so that it's very easy for me to remember, and then I just display the one that works. If they don't make a drawing that is there that I can just reveal magically, then I just turn the phone over and I draw it myself, maybe by having them hold my hand or with a little bit of mind reading. Here's the idea that Lloyd Barnes just shared with me. It is absolutely fantastic. It is combining the idea from last week's video as well as this one. So if you put NFC tags on different cards that you know, for instance, let's say this one is a house, this one would be a tree, then after you get your peek from your spectator, it's your turn to now draw it, but really you're not going to draw anything. You're just going to scan it near your phone, and immediately that drawing is going to now show up on your phone. This is going to let you do things like predicting the drawing, where you can pretend you've drawn it first, you then have them draw whatever it is they want, they place it on the phone, you get your peak, and then you find the corresponding NFC chip, you run it over the phone, and then that's going to trigger the drawing to show up on that note. So thank you so much, Lloyd, for that amazing idea. I really appreciate it. We can honestly keep going on and on about these peaks, so let's move on to different uses. You can also use this as a switch device for small objects like business cards, billets, playing cards, bills, sugar packets, coins, anything you can think of. You can do the switch as you're placing the objects, your phone and the object, in the spectator's hands, or maybe you're putting it on the table, or you could even place the object so it finishes on top of the phone. All of these different switches are going to let you do different things. Torn and restored cards, or switching a card for another, or the idea is to hide the back of the phone from your spectator's view so that you can do that switch. How you accomplish that is going to depend on the situation that you're in and the trick you're trying to accomplish. Let's say you're doing a torn and restored card. Very easily, you could have your spectator film you as you tear the card. Then you are going to take the phone back, you're going to do the switch, you're going to now place it into their hands, and you're going to watch that video, but you're going to almost scan it in reverse, making the card restore itself on the video. When you lift up the phone, they're going to see that the card is also restored. You can turn a bill into another bill. You can also make a drawing appear, vanish, change, with multiple possibilities for presentations. You could even have a spectator shuffle all of the cards, pick out any one at all that they want, they hand it to you, you just leave it out there. As you have them turn over the rest of the cards, they're gonna find that every single card is blank, yet the only one that they gave you is the only printed card, or is the only one that has an X on it. It's completely up to you. I can keep going on and on with different routines, different ideas that we can use this gimmick with. I encourage you to come up with your own and share them in the comments below. I want to know how you would like to use this gimmick, or if you have a brand new way of using this gimmick that I haven't shared with you here. Leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you're enjoying this type of content, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. I have tons of other tricks and routines just like this one. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy them. I'm Javier Farmer. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you want to continue to see content like this. If you do, I will see you next week on Monday.